everybody, Jace Bauserman here, out doing some July elk scouting, and wanted to talk to you about something that I found really important over the last couple of years, something that's really proved beneficial to me, and that is not walking by good and even great elk ground to get to elk ground that we assume is going to be even better the further we get back in. When we get back in there 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 miles, we think it's going to be that much better, but often, and especially over the last couple of years, because the go deep, go further elk drum has been beaten so hard, what I've found is that by finding trailheads and getting off into immediate areas right off a road, finding good looking elk ground, marking it up on my maps and things like that, and going a quarter mile off a road into this basin, or climbing up a steep vertical ascent to access this bench, or a drainage that's just a half mile off from where I parked my truck, has really allowed me to get into elk quickly. And the more of these spots I have marked up on my maps, the better, because then when I get to an area to hunt or scout like I'm doing today, I can pull up to a spot, bomb in there, not be pot committed, look around, see if there's elk sign. If there's not, I can get back out of there. Then what I can do is I can jump in my truck, boom, bebop down the road, bebop down the trail, wherever I need to get to the next spot, bomb into that spot, bomb into location, getting a quarter mile, a half mile, sometimes a mile or two from the trail, looking at these areas and realizing that these elk are in these small isolated pockets if you can find them. So what are you looking for? You're looking for lots of different things. You're looking for a steep vertical ascent right out of the gate, because that's going to deter a lot of hunters. Or you're looking for a real gnarly descent into some canyon country, things like that, where other hunters are reluctant to go. They look at it and go, oh man, there might be elk down there, but I don't want to pack one back up out of there. Other things that you need to look for are gnarly drainages, big, deep, thick timber, of course, areas of open meadows surrounded by dense timber where these elk can come out and feed. You know what you're looking for when you're looking for solid elk ground. And a lot of these locations can be found close to access roads and things like that. You just got to be willing to go in there, check them out, and look for sign. If you're hunting and you get a quarter mile off of a road and you run into elk sign, you run into rubs, you run into tracks, you run into fresh droppings, you run into these things, stop there and spend some time hunting. Over the last 2 years, I've killed 2 bulls on public land, DIY, within 1 mile of the truck. One of them 2 years ago was a quarter mile from the truck. It was one of the easiest pack outs ever. So don't feel like you've got to get way off into the backwoods, miles and miles from the truck to have good elk hunting, even on highly pressured public dirt. A lot of times it's these isolated pockets close to roads and things like that, trails like we've talked about, where people aren't going, where these elk are staging up, and they might only be in there for a couple of days, 2, 3, 4 days. But if you can get in and out of these areas quickly and find those elk, you can hunt them while they're there and you can be successful.